face full of flour, and a cauldron full of coffee.
'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a marvelous September, or should I say, Spooktember. Today, on our first week of Spooktember, you will be joining me to make our DIY Halloween witch-inspired apothecary jars. If you're interested in seeing the video, hey guys, were you scared? I totally was. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Today you all are going to be joining me on my first week of Spooktember. Today we're going to be working on our DIY Dollar Tree witch-inspired apothecary jars. That is a mouthful. Everything that you see in this video, including my nails, can't you see how absolutely ghoulish they are? These are the LA Colors artificial nails. They are enchanted in the color Stranger. This came from a recent trip to the Dollar Tree. They had a lot of different styles, but this one was my favorite. Aren't they divine? Anyways, moving along. Everything you see in the video, except for a few things, is going to be from the Dollar Tree. And I'll specify which items came from anywhere else but the Dollar Tree. The thing about apothecary jars, they are meant to fit your taste, your likes, your feelings. And everything that I have is going to fit me. You can make them any way that you want. Any color, any shape, any size, any style. If you want to do a mad scientist apothecary jar, you can. But I want to do a witch-inspired theme for my decor this year. So I'm looking forward to doing this with you guys. If you're ready, let's get into the video. Also, if you guys like the video and you want to see more like this, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. It lets me know that you like it and that you want to see more of this goodness. And also, if you haven't subscribed and you would like to be, hit that subscribe button down below. Become a member of my family. I would love to have you here. Alright, without further ado, let's really get into the video now. Alright you guys, so first things first, I just want to give you a quick overview of the items that I have. I will say everything came from the Dollar Tree with the exception of these. These are bait worms. I couldn't find anything like that at the Dollar Tree, but I wanted to have that for one of my jars. And I also, these are labels that I printed off of my computer for the jars. I just got a few different kinds because I didn't know what I wanted on my jars. So I just got a few. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment box down below. Okay guys, so starting out, I'm going to pick one of the jars that I have, and I think I'm going to start with this mason jar. It's just a mason jar that came from Dollar Tree. It's perfect for this activity, and I'm going to try and pick out a label for this one. Alright guys, so now that I have picked out the label that I want for my jar, I'm going to take a little bit of this tacky glue and just put it on the back. And I'm going to stick it onto the jar. And it doesn't have to be perfect because these jars were not perfect. They are supposed to be beautifully disgusting. Okay. And this is the second part of the sticker that I want on there. Alright. For this, I typically would use Mod Podge, but I am totally out, and my Dollar Tree didn't have any of the dollar bottles. So I've gotten my sticker on here, and this one says it is Old Bone Remedy. How interesting. Okay, so to fill the inside of my jar, I am going to take it all apart, and I'm going to fill it with some grits. I think this container is, you know, $1 and some change for this big old container, and I'm not going to fill it all the way up. So I'm going to pour the grits into the container. I'm going to do it about, I'll say about this much, because you don't want it to look brand new. You want it to look used. Check out these nails, guys. Okay, so I put my Old Bone Remedy in there, and to give it a little character, I'm going to put a couple of drops of yellow food coloring in there. Or is this orange? I think this is yellow, but it looks kind of orangish. And I'm just going to shake this up. Okay. It gave it a little color, gave it a little character. And that is what we're doing so far. So the next thing I'm going to take, this is literally a McDonald's bag. I'm going to rip a small piece of this, and I'm going to and I'm just going to ball this up and rub it and rub it and rub it, because I want it to look very worn and very just like, you know, even adding a little bit of water to it is going to help. You don't want to get it soaking wet, because if you get it soaking wet, then it's going to rip on you. Okay. I think this is worn enough. And we're going to open our jar. And a lot of times what I'll do is, to keep the little ones out of it, I will glue this, because you don't want the kids thinking this is something they can eat or play with. So I'm just going to glue that down. And then I'm going to take my distressed McDonald's bag, and I'm going to put that over my jar. Now, I'm not going to use the ring that came with it. I'm going to use some of this jute twine that came from the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm going to take it and just messily wrap it around. You don't want it to look perfect. It doesn't need to look, you know, like it came out of Pier 1. You want it to look old and worn. So now that I have done that enough, I'm going to tie these into a knot on the side of the jar. And you don't want to put a bow. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be done. And this is how I'm going to leave this one. I really like it. I really like this. It looks old. It looks disgusting. And I couldn't be more happy. And this was all done for a little bit more than $1. Alright, you guys, so to save a little time, I went ahead and glued on this particular label, and this is human eyeballs. I'm going to take this pack of eyeballs that I got from the Dollar Tree. They're just golf ball or ping pong ball type of balls. And I'm going to fill up this jar. Oh. Now, I am going to kind of shake it to where the eyeballs are, and they're all looking in. It's crazy. Okay, so maybe Now I'm going to take some water and I'm going to pour it in there. Because what's more gross? So I don't have any red. And like I said, this is all about what you like. So I'm going to put in some yellow food dye. And put the cap on. And give it a turn upside down. Yeah. These are not waterproof. And look at how cool that looks. Okay, so now that I've gotten my eyeballs kind of where I want them, I just don't have time to fuss with these things. To make this thing look old and decrepit, I'm going to go back in with that jute twine. And I'm just going to wrap it around the knob of this bad boy. These don't have to be perfect because they are perfectly disgusting. I think I want to put some on the second little layer of this jar because I don't want it to look plain. I want it to have some character. Okay, so we have finished this jar of human eyeballs, and look at how disgusting that is. Look at that. How cool. And like I said, you know, sometimes people put red. I like the yellow or the orange look because it makes it look old. But like I said, it's all about a personal preference. Okay, so I put in the...
Hey, roll call. If you've made it this far in the video, type "Hey Puddin" down in the comment section below.
Put the label on this one as well, and this one is going to be the one that I use these delicious looking fish bait on. I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do, but then it came to me. So for this particular jar, I'm going to use these grubs and some coffee grounds, which also could look like dirt. Okay, so now that I have my lid taken off, I am going to take my coffee grounds and I'm going to just pour it into the jar. Well, you know, if I could get it in the jar and not on the table. Okay, just to make like a little bed of dirt for the grub type things to lay in. And it says rotten pond minnows, but yeah. So then I'm going to grab a few of these and just drop them in there. I don't want them to be perfect. I want them to look gross. These things always creep me out because they're always covered in oil. I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Okay. I'm gonna fill it up. And to make these even grosser looking, I'm gonna have a few kind of like, look at these things. It looks like they're crawling out of, oh, that's so gross. I'm gonna have them kind of coming out of the jar. I don't know how many. And so I'm gonna top it off with some coffee grounds because I want them to look like they're crawling throughout the dirt. I have some metallic paint and I'm going to see if I can't make this look old and distressed. Why is this so runny? I'm going to take this paper and just kind of dab. So I'm liking where this is going, but I think I want a little more dimension. So I'm going to take some of this gold acrylic metallic paint that I have, and I'm going to add that on there as well. Like I said, I just want a little more dimension. So this is our complete jar of rotten pond minnows, and like I said, that glue dries clear. This also looks disgusting, and the little worm leaking out just really gives it more character. But look at how the dirt or the coffee grounds look in there. Looks like you just took them straight from the garden or from the grave site and put them in the jar. Alright guys, so I have put the label on my next jar, and this is human skull juice. I really like this bottle, and I feel like it's perfect for juicing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add in some water. That's about that much. And then I'm going to take some flour mixed with a little bit of cornmeal, and I'm going to put it in the bottle as well. And this is going to go everywhere because that's how my life is. Flour and a cauldron full of coffee. Okay, so since I got a good little bit of flour into the bottle, I am going to now, let me zoom you guys out just a little bit. I'm now going to take my tacky glue and kind of just put it on the inside of this bottle. And I'm going to record this baby. Push it down as hard as I can. I'm going to give this a good shake. And what's going to happen, yes, the flour and the water is in there. It's going to settle at the bottom. So it's going to have this murky white liquid at the top. And then it's going to have this great looking thick white chunky layer at the bottom, which I feel fits. It says contains compressed bone. I feel like that just fits the description of the sticker. So the last little bit I want to add to this jar is, of course, my jute twine. Put a little, ooh, that's a lotta. Put a little love in your heart. Oh. I'm gonna go up this bottle. Okay, do you guys see how I'm doing it here? I am kind of like crisscrossing and overlapping. Nothing is straight. I didn't want it to be like uniform. And I'm also not going to cover the entire thing. There will be some area that is left unjuted. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this string and glue it off here. Alright guys, so this is my fourth bottle, the human skull juice bottle. I'm just gonna give you guys a close-up look on it. Look at how awesome it is. And if you notice that line of thick stuff that I was telling you about is already forming. How cool. Alright guys, so we're coming to our second to last bottle, and this is the beautiful red bottle that I got from the Dollar Tree. I love it so much. mainly because of the beautiful detailing it has. I also picked up a few just for decoration around my home. I mean, these bottles are beautiful. I love them so much. And I was excited to be able to use one in my DIY. So for this one, this is evaporated and compressed brain juice. All right, guys. So where I am now, for the inner contents of this bottle, I cut up a beauty blender. I'm gonna try and get it a little smaller. This is just an old beauty blender that needed to go. I've been saving it for this project because I knew that I was gonna want to use it, and I knew that it would be perfect. So I'm getting it kind of cut up a little bit, and I'm just gonna stuff it down into the bottle. Well, that'll add to the mystique. I ripped it. It was still wet from the glue. There's my little brain juice pieces. And I'm gonna add in my water. And like I said, they don't have to be full because you want them to look used. And look at that. It's chunky. It's disgusting. Yeah. So to finish this bottle off, I'm going to recork it and put some glue on the inside where the cork is going to be. Ooh. Where the cork is going to be. And just push that down in there and give it a... And this one is finished. I'm not going to add any twine or anything to it. I just want this one to be as it is because it has so much detailing already. Alright, you guys, so we've come to our last Apothecary bottle, and this one is the concentrated bat blood. I've already got the label on, and I put some water in it. What I'm going to do is I have some gel black food coloring, and I'm going to squeeze that down into the bottle. I'm going to give this bottle a good shake. All right, so you see it turned it black. It's really cool. Had I have thought, I would have gotten a bat to go on top, but I didn't, so I'm just kind of, you know. So I'm going to take some of my paper again, and this one can be a pretty large size because the neck of the bottle is so long. So we're going to give it a good rub. Add a little water to it, and it's going to loosen that right on up for us. And McDonald's bags are the best to use because it seems like they're easier to maneuver. I'm going to take this and just gather it on the top like we've done everything else. And I'm going to grab my jute and run it around there. And just to think, back in, you know, older times, this is how they closed items. You know, we're doing this for show and for look, but this is really how they closed bottles of medicine and different tonics. It's so interesting to see. Okay, so this one is finished, and I'm just going to knot it here And look at that. This bad boy is done. I may go and get a bat to go on the top of the bottle. I'm not sure. I really just, you know, I'm up in arms. Alright you guys, so this concludes my DIY Dollar Tree inspired Apothecary Jars. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, make sure to let me know in the comment box down below. And look, the jar has formed that really cool layering that I told you guys about. How awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Alright, check you later.